Maintaining genuine friendships can sometimes be a rare and remarkable feat. However, there are instances where two individuals not only excel in the same field, but also manage to preserve a deep and lasting friendship. And such friendships are a testament to the strength of their bond and the shared experiences they have built over the years. We sat down with friends who've been active in the industry for decades, Stephina, Zwane and Salamina, Mosese, to share their friendship journey.
You must live every day as if it's going to be your last.
Pop me up! Let's drink!
That's exactly how I used to live. Until...
Why must I bring you from the zoo, Mommy?
I became a baby mama.
They first met as kids while working on a popular children's show together. Over the years, their bond grew stronger and they shared a passion for storytelling and creating compelling content. As they transitioned into adulthood, they decided to establish their own film production company.
You remember a lot more stuff than
I literally, as I sat here, I'm like, oh, we were next door neighbors. I'm Salamina Mosese. I am an actress, author, and a film producer at Sorrel Media.
Hi, I'm Stephina Zwane, and I'm a writer and film director at Sorrel Media. We met when we were on a kids' TV program. That's the first time where we first officially met each other. And at the time, I think when we met, we were just concerned about work, but also having fun while at work because we were kids. And I don't think we thought we were going to be friends until this age.
True.
We were just, we were a big group of people that found ourselves working with each other, and then years later, we still gravitated towards each other, and that's how our friendship has remained. I don't know if I've answered.
Yeah, and I think initially, you work with different people and there's natural chemistry. And that's what we had as kids' TV presenters. And then over the years, you obviously get to know each other more and more. And then we ended up, realizing, oh, okay, we have the same interests. We were both netball players. So there's always something to talk about. You seeing each other in different phases of your lives. We were going through things while we're working. You break up with someone, you arrive at work, you're crying. Who are you going to talk to? While we're in the makeup chair, we are, what's wrong? Hey, so over time, you build these relationships. And I think also after we finished with Kids TV, we ended up once again in a similar space. When we were in soapies, we were working in the same building. We ended up buying, renting apartments next to each other, and it felt organic. It wasn't planned. We were doing life together. We're still doing life together. The challenges, that's the one place where I feel like when you genuinely love somebody and root for them, that part has always been easy. Much as Steph and I had similar interests, we're also quite different. So I think what has always worked for us, or that's my point of view, is some stuff that I'm good at is where I can help her and vice versa. Like it's a silly example, but I remember when I met Steph, she was the most outspoken teenager I had ever met in my life.
I grew up in Hillbrook. I had to.
So meeting her, I think I came from a more sheltered upbringing than she did. And when you meet somebody like that, like I always thought, this lady is brave, she's outspoken, she's confident, and I always thought, let's just stay close to her. She can rub off on me. And so for me, it's like there's sometimes auditions that we would both get sent for, and I would be like, I don't know, I think this is Steph's one. And I'd make sure, hey, are you going? And she'd be like, oh yeah, I'm actually on my way. And this is how it's been for us growing up together in the industry. I think the industry likes to rush to pit girls against each other, and we never allowed that to be our reality. As people, we've always just been those people who are able to give people their flowers. And we've been doing it since we were teenagers. Even the other young women that we were growing up with in our space, we were always like, oh, I love her when she does this, and congratulating people and, you know, just noting when people are really good at something. We've always been like that. And I think we even took that attitude into our business. It's how we are as people. And so that obviously seeps into our friendship.
Yeah.
So we've never struggled with that. We're not each other's competition, we are each other's cheerleaders.
We live in a world where people are constantly being compared to each other, especially girls. We're socialized sometimes to compare ourselves to other girls. You see, you look at another girl and you're like, oh, muhle, maybe angdlula. Immediately, we are socialized like that. But I think when you find yourself in a space where you are celebrated and you realize there's good vibes here, you then start realizing that it's more important for me to grow as an individual and excel in what I, as Stephina, are good at and what Sal is good at, because it's not the same thing. Sometimes we get pitted against each other as though we are not two separate individuals who are born with different genetics and different gifts and purposes.
Yeah.
And when the minute you compare people, you take away that purpose. Because now you make it seem as if they have the same purpose. And so once you start realizing that, no man, we might be similar here, let's celebrate the similarities in the same way we celebrate the differences. And in fact, the differences are what will keep you guys together. With what Sal has said, whatever I don't have, she has. Whatever she has, I don't have. And so we're always mixing and matching. Sometimes, right now, I don't even think we know who has what and who doesn't have what.
The other funny thing is our similarities, somehow we always end up wearing the same thing to interviews. We are both wearing linen.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, I don't usually wear
Yeah,
these.
true.
Yeah, it's just one of those.
We're usually in the same colors. It's not even a thing anymore.
Understanding the power of their combined experiences and creative vision, they were determined to establish a legacy in the industry. Together, they aspire to produce films that not only entertained, but also inspired and resonated with audiences on a deeper level.
We officially started, I think we were about 19, 20, somewhere there. We're very young and very ambitious, but also very scared because we went and we registered this company and we did a whole vision, mission, we put out a whole document. And then when we were supposed to act, we're like, hey, no, we're not ready. And then we went and lived, right? We left the project, packed it, and we revisited the Sorel Media project again 11 years later. When we're like, wait, okay, now we've lived, we've acted, we've presented, we've gone behind the scenes and worked as a producer, director, all of that. And now we were about to enter our 30s, and now you start asking yourself real questions. What do I want to do with my life for real now? As opposed to you were thrust into the spotlight, right? What do you now want to do with yourself and with your life? And then when we it so happened that we were asking ourselves these questions at the same time. And so when we then had that conversation of, I don't know what I want to do, I think I want to make films, I think I want to start a company. She was also having the same conversation with herself. Then we remembered, but we have a company that was registered and we did nothing with it.
The ideas part is part of the doing life part. Sometimes an idea springs from a conversation. I remember even with Baby Mamas, Steph was on a road trip. And
I was?
Yeah, okay. You were on your way to Cape Town.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And she had a
an aha moment.
Then she took out a notebook, she jotted some ideas, she got to the holiday, and then she sent me something and she phoned me. We had the conversation and I was like, whoa, this is our next big thing.
Our first baby was Love and Kwaito. Very low budget, very
Bootstrapped.
Bootstrapped, very like, what are we doing? Are we doing it? Just press record, a shooting. And we ended up doing a couple of festivals and doing well there. And then we did Baby Mamas. And after Baby Mamas, we really wanted to tell Homewrecker, which was a very different genre to the Baby Mamas, because once you tell a story with 4 female leads, then it's give us Baby Mamas too. And we were like, yes, one day we will. Right now, we want to tell another story with 2 female leads, but it's a little darker than what Baby Mamas is.
Their friendship and shared goals paid off as their production company flourished. Their collaborative work garnered critical acclaim and loyal fan base, from heartwarming and light-hearted films to thrilling adventures such as Baby Mama, Homewrecker, and Love, Sex, and 30 Candles. Their productions are celebrated for their unique perspectives and emotional depth.
You must always remember that this is your friend. Before we are business partners, before we are anything, this person came into your life as your friend. So we find moments of friendships in the office or when we're filming, and sometimes you'll see us, just the 2 of us standing in a corner, and you are thinking we're probably discussing the budget of the product. We are not. We're gossiping about our families, about our husbands, about our kids. The friendship will always take precedent over the business.
We choose each other, and it comes easy, but it's deliberate. It's like, I want to be here, and what are the things that I need to do? I think it's respect and being kind to each other. It's all the soft things. Steph is the chief creative. And as the producer, it's almost like I'm the CFO, Angazi COO, whatever. She's the CEO, blah, 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 right? So if we're going to disagree creatively, in the back of my mind, I always keep that, even if I feel so strongly, if Steph also feels strongly, unfortunately, I'm going to have to back down, because she's the chief creative. So those departments and just that demarcation, and we never had to beat each other up for it, but it was just that thing of, okay, this is actually more her territory here. But how we create before, we'll have had these conversations. So just small little things, it's like an understanding of, okay, what is her role, what is my role? And sometimes those roles are very close, other times it's actually quite easy.
With our individual things that we do, when I wanted to direct as a freelancer, for example, came to him, I think I want to go check what other people are doing on their sets and grow as well, because we shoot once a year if we're lucky. So the other times when I'm not writing and we're not shooting, I think I want to go explore what else is out there. And then it's like, okay, cool, go, let's see. And then when I'm on set, if I've got any complaints, because I'm so used to it, I'll still call and be like, yo, I'm frustrated because I want purple flowers and no one is giving me purple flowers. We show up for each other. We have to.
Yeah. We cheer each other on. And that's important in friendships, because sometimes we are helping each other to push ourselves out of our comfort zone. And sometimes when you know somebody really well, you see their blind spots.
And you also see their potential.
Completely. And a lot of what we do is, what? What do you mean you don't think you can do it? I remember when you gave your first TED Talk. I'm the one who wrote the letter of motivation. I was like, yes. And then I had to convince her for an hour, because then she got in and she was like, what did you do? I'm like, I've always known the way you tell stories, man. Please tell them. And it was a simple topic. She was talking about her grandmother. These are some of my favorite stories that she tells. And that was the topic of the TED Talk, right? So it's important that we help each other grow. So a lot of working closely with somebody is also just reminding them of their own power. And I think we don't do that enough. for each other, especially as Black women. And if you're gonna always focus on competition, you rob yourself
Yeah.
of real, deep, meaningful relationships.